friends, it's Wednesday night, which means it's time for a family night craft brought to you by Reading Public Library's Northeast Branch. And today I'm standing up because we are doing an activity that takes a little more space. We are doing balloon rockets. So they're not our typical rockets. I'm calling them rockets because they propel themselves forward along a specific path. So we will be using a string for our path, and the balloon will travel across hopefully the whole string, depending on how much you inflate it. So if you haven't already, make sure to get a go pack at Northeast Branch Library. It will look like this by the front desk like usual. So get them while supplies last, and you'll have everything you need to make this activity, do this activity. So the first thing we're going to do is take our string. So the length of the string varies a little bit, but your string is going to determine the path of your balloon. You can use just a little bit, you can use the whole thing, it's up to you. But what we want to do to start out with is we want to secure it to two spots. So I have some tape here, and I'm going to secure one of mine against a wall and the other I'm going to tie to a chair. Let me grab some scissors so I can cut. So I'll cut a piece of tape. And make sure if you're taping rather than tying, that wherever you're taping is not going to damage any paint, any paper items, anything like that. I'm going to tape one end of my yarn up here. Make sure it's secure, give it a little pull, looks good. Now you can't see it, but right off screen, I'm going to tie the end of this. Wait. So I've secured one end to the wall over there. Now the next step is I'm going to thread the yarn through the straw attached. Now you can use the whole straw or you can cut it in half or something like that, it's up to you. So I just put it through the straw. Might be a little difficult, but just keep at it, you'll get it. If you have a lot of trouble threading it through, like I said, just cut the straw. It'll make the area you have to thread it through a lot smaller, which makes it easier. So I'm going to thread it through again. I think you'll find it's a lot easier with a smaller piece. So also a gross pro tip, if you've got it partway through, you can sort of suck the yarn in. It's just gonna get in your mouth a little bit, but there we go. Not gross at all. Okay, so once your straw is threaded on, we're going to tie it onto something or tape it. But basically we want our string to be taut, which means tight. I don't know if you can see it very well here, but our string is tight across. It'll just make it easier for our balloon to travel. Okay, so I've tied a tight knot. Now I'm going to move the camera over here so you can see what I'm doing a little bit easier. All right, so I am over here. You won't see my face in a second. I'm going to be working on this, but basically the next thing we're going to do is take our straw and we're going to be taping an inflated balloon to it. Let's do it. So next up, we are going to inflate our balloon. I always find it's a little easier to inflate if you stretch it a little bit. Kids, if you have little lungs and you can't inflate it yourself, that's okay. Ask an adult to do it or an older sibling. But what we're going to do next is inflate our balloon, or you can prep your tape well. We'll be taping the balloon to our straw. So I actually prefer a lot of times to take my tape and cut two pieces ahead of time. So let's do it. So I'll take this first one, I take my straw and I'm going to lay it across, like so. I think the second one I'm just going to sort of hold to the side. So it's ready, but not touching it yet. It's up to you. Okay, now it's time to inflate our balloon. So what you want to remember is do not tie the balloon after you're done inflating it. You just want to sort of hold it closed by pinching it with your fingers, because we need it to get rid of the air to move our balloon. So when we tape this on, we are going to be taking the open part and facing it away from where we want it to go. So think of it like a rocket ship. We want to go up in the sky, so the rocket's propulsion, the fire, it's all facing down. So think of that when you're placing your balloon. But let's inflate. Something to think about also is the more you inflate your balloon, the farther it can go. So if you only inflate it a tiny bit, it can't go far. If you inflate it a lot, it could go really far. So keep that in mind. But now it is time to tape our balloon. Make sure to just keep a good hold on it. If you find it too hard to tape and hold at the same time, one person can hold it, one person can tape, team up with somebody. All right, so I'm taping it. See the tape there. I have this other piece I've saved. I'm gonna make sure it's secure, otherwise your balloon will go flying off, it won't go in the string. So now I've got it taped on, I think it looks pretty good. You wanna move your balloon to the start of the track, and when it's ready to launch, you'll let go. So let's count 3, 2, 1, go. And there you are, rocket balloon. I hope you all had a nice time, and I'll see you next Wednesday for another family night craft. Bye friends, and make sure to experiment with this. Just, final note, try moving around the path, try moving it in different directions. You could even see if it could go up and down. You can, have fun with it, experiment. See you next time.